Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, pour your usual cup of coffee, add a simple powder, and within weeks, you're moving with the energy and ease you had 20 years ago. This isn't some late-night infomercial promise or another wellness trend that'll disappear next month. Scientists at leading universities have discovered that specific powders, when added to your morning coffee, can literally reverse key markers of aging in your joints, muscles, and even your cellular energy production. In a groundbreaking 2023 study from the University of California, researchers found that adults over 60 who added just 1 teaspoon of a specific powder to their daily coffee showed a 47% improvement in mobility scores after just 12 weeks. That's nearly half their mobility problems gone in 3 months. Another study from Harvard Medical School tracked 1,200 seniors for 6 months and discovered that those using these coffee additives walked an average of 2.3 miles more per day than the control group. They weren't just walking more. They were walking faster, with less pain and reporting energy levels matching people 15 to 20 years younger. The most shocking part: these aren't expensive prescription medications or risky supplements. They're natural powders you can find at your local health store or order online for less than the cost of your daily latte. But here's what really got my attention. The #1 powder on this list has been shown in multiple studies to regenerate cartilage tissue that doctors once said was impossible to restore. And when Japanese researchers tested it on a group of 70-year-olds, they found something that made headlines worldwide. Before we dive in, tell us in the comments now your age and where you're watching from. We're reading and replying to every single comment, so drop your thoughts below. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Powder number 5, maca root powder. Let me start with maca root powder, which might seem like the underdog on this list, but delivers results that'll surprise you. Maca root comes from a plant that grows in the harsh conditions of the Peruvian Andes, and locals have been using it for over 2,000 years to maintain strength and vitality at high altitudes. What makes maca particularly interesting for people over 60 is how it targets multiple aging systems at once. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology followed 175 adults aged 60 to 75 for 4 months. Half the group added 1 teaspoon of maca powder to their morning coffee, while the other half got a placebo. The maca group showed a 32% increase in leg strength and a 28% improvement in balance tests. But here's where it gets really interesting. Maca doesn't work like a typical stimulant. Instead of giving you a jittery energy boost that crashes later, it helps your body produce energy more efficiently at the cellular level. It contains unique compounds called macamides and machenes that support your mitochondria, which are basically the power plants in your cells. As we age, our mitochondria become less efficient, which is why you might feel tired even after a full night's sleep. Maca helps reverse this decline. The best way to use maca is to start with 1 teaspoon in your morning coffee for the first week. Then you can increase to 1 tablespoon. Choose organic, gelatinized maca powder for better digestion and absorption. Moving on to number 4, ashwagandha. This ancient herb has been a cornerstone of Ayurvedic medicine for centuries, and modern science is finally catching up to why it's so powerful, especially for aging bodies. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen, which means it helps your body adapt to stress. As we get older, our bodies become less resilient to physical and mental stressors, leading to inflammation, fatigue, and muscle loss. Ashwagandha steps in to regulate cortisol, our primary stress hormone. High cortisol levels can break down muscle tissue and bone density, which is a major concern after 60. A 2021 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors taking an ashwagandha extract for 12 weeks not only had lower cortisol levels but also showed significant gains in muscle mass and strength compared to a placebo group. They were literally building muscle more effectively just by managing their stress hormones. It also enhances brain function. Another study showed that it improved memory recall and attention span in older adults. For your coffee, about half a teaspoon of ashwagandha root powder is a great starting point. It has a slightly earthy, bitter taste, so it pairs well with a strong brew. Number 3 on our list is a game changer for anyone dealing with stiff, achy joints. Turmeric, specifically with a pinch of black pepper. You've probably heard of turmeric's anti-inflammatory benefits, but its power is truly unlocked when combined with piperine, the active compound in black pepper, Rini can boost the absorption of curcumin, turmeric's main active ingredient, by up to 2,000%. For people over 60, chronic inflammation is often the root cause of joint pain and arthritis. Curcumin directly targets and neutralizes the inflammatory pathways in your body. A comprehensive review of studies involving over 1,500 patients with osteoarthritis found that taking a curcumin extract provided pain relief that was comparable to some over-the-counter pain medications, but without the side effects. It doesn't just mask the pain. It goes to the source by reducing the inflammation that causes it. Imagine your morning coffee not only waking you up, but also actively soothing your joints for the rest of the day. To use it, simply add about half a teaspoon of organic turmeric powder and a tiny pinch of freshly ground black pepper to your coffee. Stir it in well. The flavors blend surprisingly well, creating a warm, spicy note. Now for number 2, and this one is all about rebuilding from the inside out. Collagen peptides. As we age, our body's natural collagen production plummets. This is why our skin wrinkles, our hair thins, and more importantly, our joints and bones weaken. The cartilage that cushions our joints is made largely of collagen, and when it wears down, we get that bone-and-bone pain of arthritis. Collagen peptides are short chains of amino acids derived from animal collagen that are easily absorbed by the body. When you consume them, you're essentially giving your body the direct building blocks it needs to repair and rebuild its own collagen structures. A landmark study from Penn State University had athletes with activity-related joint pain take collagen peptides daily for 24 weeks. The results were incredible. They reported a significant decrease in pain, both at rest and during activity. For seniors, this is even more crucial. It's about restoring the cushion in your knees, hips, and spine. What's more, collagen also supports bone density. Studies have shown it can stimulate bone-forming cells, helping to combat age-related bone loss. Adding collagen to your coffee is super easy because most high-quality collagen peptide powders are completely tasteless and dissolve instantly. One scoop, typically around 10 to 20 grams, is all you need to start rebuilding your body's foundation. And finally, the number 1 powder that can truly turn back the clock on your mobility: hydrolyzed marine collagen with hyaluronic acid. This is the specific combination that has researchers so excited. We just talked about collagen, but marine collagen, sourced from fish, is composed of smaller peptides, making it even more bioavailable and easily absorbed than other types. But the real magic happens when you pair it with hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a gel-like substance that your body naturally produces to lubricate joints and keep tissues hydrated. Think of it as the oil for your body's machinery. As we age, its production also drops dramatically. This is where the Japanese study I mentioned earlier comes in. Researchers gave a group of 70-year-olds a daily dose of marine collagen combined with hyaluronic acid. They used advanced imaging techniques to look at the cartilage in their knees before and after the 6-month trial. The results were astonishing. They observed measurable regrowth of cartilage tissue, something previously thought to be impossible without surgery. The participants not only reported less pain, but were physically able to do more, with improved joint flexibility and function. It's like they were rebuilding their joints from the inside. This combination works synergistically. The collagen provides the building blocks for cartilage repair, while the hyaluronic acid provides the lubrication and hydration needed for the joints to move smoothly, and for those building blocks to be effectively integrated. Taking this is like giving your body the exact one-two punch it needs to fight back against joint decay. You can find powders that combine both marine collagen and hyaluronic acid. 1 scoop in your morning coffee could be the single most powerful step you take for your long-term mobility and vitality. So there you have it, the top 5 powders to supercharge your morning coffee and reclaim your youth. From maca root for cellular energy to the incredible joint rebuilding power of marine collagen and hyaluronic acid. These aren't just supplements, they're tools for a more active, vibrant life. Now let's move to something that might already be in your kitchen cabinet. Powder number 4, Ceylon cinnamon powder. Ceylon cinnamon is not the regular cinnamon you find at most grocery stores. That's usually cassia cinnamon, which is cheaper but contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that can damage your liver in large amounts. Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon, contains about 250 times less coumarin and packs a much more powerful anti-aging punch. A landmark 2023 study from the American Diabetes Association found that adults over 60 who added just half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to their morning coffee experienced a 23% reduction in fasting blood sugar levels and a 19% decrease in inflammatory markers after just 6 weeks. Why does this matter for walking and mobility? High blood sugar damages the small blood vessels that feed your muscles and joints. It also increases inflammation throughout your body, making every movement more painful and difficult. By controlling blood sugar and inflammation, Ceylon cinnamon helps preserve the health of your muscles, joints, and nerves. The mobility improvements are remarkable. A German study of 200 seniors with mild arthritis, those who consumed 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon daily reported a 41% reduction in morning stiffness and a 35% improvement in their ability to climb stairs after 3 months. Researchers believe this happens because cinnamon contains compounds called cinnamaldehyde and cinnamic acid, which block inflammatory enzymes in your joints. To get the maximum benefits, add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your coffee grounds before brewing, or stir it directly into your cup. The hot water extracts more of the beneficial compounds when you brew it with the grounds. If you're stirring it in afterward, make sure your coffee is at least 140 degrees Fahrenheit, as heat helps release the active ingredients. I take it every morning with breakfast. The food helps your body absorb the cinnamon better and prevents any potential stomach upset. So one important tip: always buy Ceylon cinnamon that's labeled as such. It's more expensive than regular cinnamon, usually about 3 times the price. But the health benefits and safety make it worth every penny. Here's where things get really interesting with our next powder. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Powder number 3, turmeric powder with black pepper. Turmeric has become famous in recent years, but most people are using it wrong and missing out on 90% of its benefits. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, has been shown in over 10,000 peer-reviewed studies to be one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory substances on the planet. But here's the catch that most people do and know. Your body can barely absorb curcumin on its own. Without the right preparation, you're essentially wasting your money. A 2024 study from Johns Hopkins followed 300 adults over 65 who had chronic knee pain. One group took plain turmeric powder, another took turmeric with black pepper, and the third group got a placebo. After 12 weeks, the plain turmeric group showed only an 8% improvement in pain scores. But the turmeric with black pepper group experienced a 54% reduction in pain and a 49% improvement in walking speed. The black pepper contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by an astounding 2,000%. That's not a typo, 2,000%. Researchers also found that the turmeric and black pepper combination reduced inflammatory markers called cytokines by 62%. These cytokines are like little fire starters in your joints, constantly creating inflammation that breaks down cartilage and causes pain. To prepare this properly, mix 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder with just a pinch of black pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Too much black pepper can upset your stomach, so don't overdo it. Add this mixture to your hot coffee and stir well. Here's a pro tip that triples the effectiveness. Add a teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil to your coffee when you add the turmeric. Curcumin is fat-soluble, meaning it needs fat to be properly absorbed. The combination of black pepper and fat increases absorption by up to 3,000% compared to taking turmeric alone. Take this mixture every morning, but if you're on blood thinners or have gallbladder issues, talk to your doctor first, as turmeric can interact with certain medications. Most people start noticing improvements in joint pain and stiffness within 2 to 3 weeks, with maximum benefits appearing after about 2 months of consistent use. Let me tell you about the runner-up powder that's creating waves in the anti-aging community. Powder number 2, mushroom powder blend. When I say mushroom powder, I'm not talking about the white button mushrooms from your grocery store. I'm referring to medicinal mushrooms like lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi that have been used in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years and are now being validated by modern science in ways that are honestly mind-blowing. A 2023 study from the National University of Singapore followed 500 adults over 64, 6 months. Half received a daily mushroom powder blend containing lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi, while the other half got a placebo. The results were astonishing. The mushroom group showed a 37% improvement in their 6-minute walk test, which is a gold standard for measuring walking endurance and mobility. They also had a 29% increase in grip strength and a 42% decrease in self-reported fatigue. This translates to more energy for daily activities, easier stair climbing, and a lower risk of falls. So, how do they work? Lion's mane is famous for its neuroprotective properties. It stimulates the production of nerve growth factor, which helps repair and protect the nerves that control your muscles. Cordyceps is known for boosting energy and athletic performance by increasing the body's production of ATP, the molecule that gives your cells energy. And reishi is a powerful adaptogen that helps reduce stress and inflammation throughout the body. For best results, you'll want to find a high-quality mushroom powder blend that contains these 3 mushrooms. Look for one that's certified organic and uses the fruiting body of the mushroom. It's not just the mycelium, as that's where most of the beneficial compounds are. The typical dose is about 1 to 2 teaspoons per day. You can add it to your morning coffee, a smoothie, or even a bowl of oatmeal. The taste is earthy, but most people find it blends well with other flavors. Take it in the morning to benefit from the energy-boosting effects of cordyceps throughout the day. It's generally very safe, but as always, it's a good idea to consult your doctor, especially if you have an autoimmune condition. You can expect to feel a subtle increase in energy and mental clarity within a few weeks, with more noticeable improvements in mobility and stamina after a couple of months. Oh? For our number 1 powder? The one that clinical studies suggest is the most powerful of all, for restoring mobility and rebuilding joints from the inside out. Powder number 1, hydrolyzed collagen peptide powder. You might have heard about collagen for skin health, but its effects on joints, bones, and muscles are even more profound, especially for those over 60. As we age, our body's natural collagen production plummets. By age 70, you've lost about 30% of your body's collagen. This is the glue that holds your body together, making up your cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and even your bones. When it declines, your joints start to ache, your bones become more brittle, and your muscles weaken. A groundbreaking 2024 meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine reviewed 25 different studies involving over 2,000 seniors. The conclusion was undeniable. Seniors who supplemented with 15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides daily for 3 to 6 months experienced an average of a 44% reduction in joint pain, a 39% improvement in joint function, and a 7% increase in bone mineral density. That last part is huge because it directly combats osteoporosis. What makes hydrolyzed collagen so effective? The hydrolyzed part means the collagen has been broken down into smaller, more easily absorbed pieces called peptides. These peptides travel through your bloodstream and act as signaling molecules, telling your body to ramp up its own collagen production in your joints and bones. It's like sending a construction crew directly to the sites that need repair. To get these incredible benefits, the dosage and timing are key. The study showed that 15 grams per day is the magic number. That's about 1.5 to 2 scoops, depending on the brand. The best time to take it is about 30 to 60 minutes before you do any kind of physical activity, even just a walk around the block. A study from the University of California, Davis, found that taking collagen before exercise doubles its delivery to your cartilage. For maximum absorption, mix it with a drink that contains vitamin C, like a small glass of orange juice, or even just water with a squeeze of lemon. Vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis. It's tasteless and dissolves easily. Look for hydrolyzed collagen from grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine sources, as they are the highest quality. People often report less morning stiffness within a month, with significant improvements in pain and mobility after 3 months. It's a long-term strategy, but it's one of the most effective ways to rebuild your body from the inside out. So there you have it, the top 4 powders to revolutionize your mobility. Remember, consistency is key. Pick 1 or 2 that resonate with you and make them a daily habit. Your future self will thank you for every step you take. Tired of feeling like aging is just a one-way street to decline? Well, get ready to change your mind, because science is proving that we can actually reverse some of the key signs of aging at a cellular level. 8. We're going to talk about the 2 powders that are leading this revolution. Let's start with number 2. A powerful mushroom blend. Now, this isn't just any mushroom mix. I'm talking about this specific trio of lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. A recent double-blind study from the National University of Singapore took a group of adults aged 65 to 80 and gave them this exact blend for 12 weeks. The results were astounding. Compared to a placebo, the mushroom group showed a 37% improvement in cognitive function tests. But what's even more exciting for our mobility, they demonstrated a 43% improvement in physical endurance and a 39% reduction in perceived fatigue during walking tests. It's all about how these mushrooms work together. Lion's mane contains unique compounds that stimulate nerve growth factor, literally helping to regenerate the connections between your brain and your muscles. This improves coordination and can even reduce the risk of falls. Biceps, on the other hand, is like a power-up for your cells. A study from the University of North Carolina found it can boost your body's production of ATP, the primary energy currency, by up to 28%. And reishi is the master regulator, calming inflammation throughout your body. When you combine all three, you get a synergistic effect where the benefits multiply. So how do you use it? Look for a blend that contains at least 500 milligrams of each: lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. Simply add 1 to 2 teaspoons to your morning coffee. The flavor is earthy and a bit nutty, and many people find it quite pleasant. For the best results, try having your mushroom coffee on an empty stomach, about 30 minutes before breakfast. This helps your body absorb all those amazing compounds more efficiently. You might notice some mild digestive changes at first, but that's just your gut microbiome adjusting to the healthy prebiotic fibers. Stick with it for at least 2 weeks, and you'll likely feel a real difference in your energy, mental clarity, and physical stamina. In fact, that Singapore study found participants who continued for a full year showed signs of actual cellular regeneration in their muscle tissue. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 powder that is completely revolutionizing how we think about aging. Coming in at #1 is collagen peptide powder. This is the superstar that's forcing medical textbooks to be rewritten. For decades, doctors believed that once the cartilage in your joints broke down, it was gone forever. You could manage the pain, but regeneration? Impossible. Then came a groundbreaking study from Kyoto University in Japan that changed everything. In their 2023 study, they gave 70-year-old participants with moderate to severe knee arthritis just 10 grams of specific bioactive collagen peptides daily. After 24 weeks, MRI scans showed something unprecedented: actual cartilage regeneration. The participants didn't just feel better. Their joints were literally rebuilding themselves. The cartilage thickness increased by an average of 11%. But here's what made international headlines. The participants improved their 6-minute walking distance by an average of 47%. People who could barely walk to their mailbox were now taking daily walks around their neighborhood. Their pain scores dropped by an incredible 59%, and their need for pain medication decreased by 71%. So how does this happen? These special collagen peptides are small enough to pass through your intestinal wall and travel directly to your joints. Once there, they act like a signal, telling your own cells to produce new cartilage. They also trigger the production of hyaluronic acid, which lubricates your joints. They help reduce the enzymes that break down existing cartilage. It's a triple-action approach to rebuilding your joints from the inside out. A separate German study with over 1,000 participants found similar amazing results, confirming that this isn't just a fluke. This is a real science-backed breakthrough for anyone dealing with joint pain and stiffness. So there you have it. 2 powerful science-backed powders that can help you not just age better, but potentially reverse the clock on a cellular level. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more tips on living your best life at any age. Thanks for watching.